What is going on, guys? Today I am going to be pulling the meth kit that I have. It's Snow Performance Water Meth Stage 2 out of the truck. I had originally gotten it through a trade for the S480 that I did have, and with the charger that's on it now. And I just don't use it. I have a buyer lined up for it. Just hasn't done me any good. I don't see much, really anything from it. So yeah, I'll show you where I mount it. Show you how I plumbed it. Wiring's pretty simple, but so as you can see, here are the two nozzles that of course went into the intake manifold. I originally had a stock one on it and had two holes drilled for both ports. I actually got rid of that and put the banks on. The banks has increased a little bit more airflow, not by much, but of course a little bit. But these are going to be coming out, and if anybody knows, right there is where the water meth is sucked through. There's no washer fluid in there. Well, there is, but of course it's mixed with a bottle of heat. So to find it, we'll go underneath the truck, and inside the bumper is where everything is plumbed up. Now I'm sure there's a bunch of people out here that of course race and pull and everything else that have some sort of injectable hooked up, and they're always trying to find a place to hide it. Well, from the front of the truck, you can only see that little reservoir. Of course, professionals would find that immediately, but if you're trying to be sneaky, that's where I put it. Just the bracket, of course, actually lined right up with the frame of my bumper. So I just put a bolt through it and I ground it to the frame of the bumper itself. Well, got it out. As you can see, it's a mess. This alone is a mess. But as you can see, like I showed you, there's the two nozzles. Here is the draw, or the feed line, whatever you can call it. Solenoid, the pump itself. Like I said, it was just bolted in there with the one bolt on the bracket. It didn't really do much for me. It actually made mine hotter. Didn't cool me down any. So, not very much of a use for me. So, the upcoming plan for this year, another CP3, another pump. But my problem is, I have, there's a J-Pom. I have my stock pump. Before I put my 12mm on, this threw a code. Is there anybody that I can send my CP3 out to get it checked and possibly fixed before I have to go buy another pump? Which I'm not trying to do if this pump can be fixed. I mean, it's got probably 205,000 miles on it, but I forget the code that it threw. But I don't know, does anybody know if Exergy or Industrial or anybody will take a pump and give it back with a clean bill of health or anything, just fix it before I buy it. Comments below what we can do about that. Decided that we're going to try and take the intercooler off, because when the last charger blew, there was a lot of oil in both charge pipes. So I'm going to take the intercooler off and see if there's any oil in it. Hopefully there's not, but better to know than just continue to run on oil. Oh yeah. You want to taste?
No thanks.
Yep, it's definitely had some oil in there. Oh yeah, charge pipe's completely covered in oil. Wonderful. Great. Sorry. Turbo side is okay. But then we go to manifold side. Something. Whatever you want to call it. Yeah, there's a bunch of oil in there. Looks like this thing's toasted. That is a little bit of a reservoir of oil in there. I don't know if you can see it very well, but yeah, that doesn't look too healthy. We're going to take the charge pipe off, run some hot water and some degreaser through it and let it dry. Got the charge pipe all cleaned out. Don't know what I'm gonna do about that. Looks like I might be going to a bigger intercooler sooner than I actually thought. Took this charge pipe off, got it all cleaned out. This charge pipe's already all clean. Got the intercooler. Seeing if any more oil will drain out. But J Palm might have a hookup on a Mishimoto, so we might be saying goodbye to stock. That's good for me. Well, so we got the intercooler. Since this is the dry side, got it sitting upright. Look at all that is just so far come down. No wonder the thing can't breathe. Down all the way? That oil cap? Intercooler all cleaned out. Decent amount of oil came out of it. Like I said, he's got the hookup on a Mishimoto. Just painted the valve cover over, cleaned a lot of the stuff up underneath, made it look a little more presentable. Next, from the old turbo explosion, I still have all the oil all over the hood. That is going to be next, but I don't feel like taking the hood off yet. But hopefully until we get that other intercooler in, this one will last. Got the meth kit all packaged up. It's ready to go out tomorrow. Going to my good friend Dave that lives up in New York. I will put his social media in the description below. Check him out. Good dude. What just turned into taking the meth kit out turned into figuring out why my truck cannot breathe. And as you saw, there was a decent amount of oil in the intercooler from when the old Charger blew. If any of you have been following me for that long, you'll know that I had compounds, and my smaller Charger grenaded itself, which is for sale right now if anybody needs a Charger. If you'd like it, get in contact with me. But it filled my intercooler, it filled the exhaust, the charge pipe, that charge pipe, and the intake manifold. Much anymore. So, hopefully, like I said, we will be getting a Mishimoto to replace this weak stock intercooler. All the airs, gotta have all the airs. That soon will not be by itself anymore. There will be another CP3, some custom tuning, and a bigger clutch to handle, hopefully 1,000. Got plenty of fuel, just need to finish out air and tuning, but see where it goes. I'm hoping everything comes together and holds together. That's the main priority, is having everything hold together. Also, yesterday I picked up a CTS2. It's just the monitor. I already have tuning. I have a Smarty SO6 for tuning. But I did have the old CTS, and I like this one much more. I gotta get used to this whole layout here, but I do like this one much more. It has it's a little bigger screen. The old CTS was about 3/4 the size of that. I would have bought Insight Pro if I didn't just find out about it yesterday and just spent the money on this. But can't go wrong. It's good. It's a good monitor. I've liked it so far. No complaints. I mean, it has loads of options. Come on. Loads of options. Performance settings, which is, like I said, it's just a monitor, so there's no performance settings. You can change the layout, the background, records. I'm assuming that's going to be for performance testing. Data logging. My CTS, old CTS, did not have data log. I don't believe, I couldn't find it. Of course, diagnostics, mileage coach, who needs that? Liometer. Maintenance manager, settings, and then the help. Let me tell you, cleaning that thing out really woke this up. I mean, I just spun 3 gears. I mean, granted, the ground is somewhat wet, but I just spun 3 gears. The turbo spooled crazy fast. It must be getting the air it needed now, because it definitely is running better. That was 5th gear. Tires broke in 5th gear. It hasn't done that in a while. I apologize, the camera is shaky. I just have it sitting on the passenger seat right now. But definitely glad that I took that intercooler off and cleaned all those pipes out, cleaned the intercooler out. It definitely helped. I have a feeling this video might be on the little boring side. Just wanted to try and get some stuff done today. It's raining out, it's Sunday, and I have to be to work in about an hour. For those of you that know, I do work overnight, so, but I am glad that I went ahead and actually ripped that intercooler off and not diagnosed it, but at least cleaned it out. Maybe it'll run a little better until we get a Mishimoto in. But thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you already haven't, and I will see you next time.